your initial reaction?
Yeah, actually, I think the number is okay, right? It's a continued trend of continued marginal expansion, marginal actually improvement since May. So the trend is improving marginally, although. And also we need to consider some disruptions in August. But we got very extreme weather conditions. We got the flooding in northern China, hot temperatures, and heavy rains in south part of China. All this could affect industrial and construction activities. And in the meantime, right, so the delivery of pro-growth measures was kind of slow, and they haven't yet show up in the data, right? So if we take such disruptions into consideration, yeah, maybe the underlying momentum is not that bad. So that's, I think, one thing to highlight here. Also remember, in August, we saw various risk events. Property bond defaults, mispayments of trust products, all this could impact sentiment in both corporate and consumer sectors, right? So all in all, I think the data is okay, but we also need to take a more forward-looking perspective. I think certainly the policy delivery is picking up, and how it's going to show up in data in the coming months would be more important.
Does it change the way you look at the policy support that you expect to come still from policymakers, monetary or fiscal?
I wouldn't say this would be, really make a difference, for example, to shift the policy stance at this juncture. I think the policy is still on track for further delivery, and which I think is quite important. I would like to highlight maybe several things I think which I think are really important. The first is this shift of property policy from stabilizing the sector to at least modestly stimulating the sector. Especially it would be best if we could see all kind of supporting measures rolled out before the golden season for home sales in September and August, right? And second, I think certainly we are likely to see pick up in fiscal resources deployment. And this, I think, will help support the infrastructure and the related investment data. And we will likely basically feel the impact in late, perhaps next month or in Q4, right? And beyond that, we also think this repricing of outstanding mortgage will really help lower the interest rate payment burden for households,
right?
Which will be helpful to both, I think, support consumer sentiment and also actually lower their, interest burden so that they can have more purchasing power to spend in the coming months. So I think we are on the right track, and we just need time basically to see policy impact in the data.